leave or die. Such words designed for one purpose: threaten, to make lesser men afraid and cower. But I am no man. I am the very thing lesser men fear. Unfortunately for Miss Lestrange, I am not so easily frightened. Therefore, I will continue my stay. Let any who believe I should not dare attempt to evict me. I leave the rooftop and return to the opera house, reuniting with the Griegos. Lucinda glanced at me as her mother, Isadora, breathed a sigh of relief, rushed to me and hooks her arm under mine. Monsieur de la Court, I had thought you retired home for the evening. I am glad you did not. I was hoping to once again extend my invitation to join us for supper, she said. It was still hours before dawn, and I desired to prowl around to show whomever watches me I am not so easily intimidated. I would be honored. I am enjoying the company so far, and the night is still young, I said. Isadora was excited. Jedediah held his arm out for Lucinda, and we all walked to the carriage. I instruct my carriage to follow as I climb inside the Griego carriage, going to their home. We journey there. Griego mansion. It was enormous and elegant, a place fit for the supposed wealthiest family in London. It was not as grand as Le Château de la Cour, but still impressive nonetheless. Supper was already prepared, as though this was planned in advance. Perhaps I was right in my assumption. The Griegos do indeed plan to charm me into becoming their new investor. I would hear what they had to say. I gave my word. Just as soon as they stop beating about the bush and just speak plainly. We sat around the table. It was long and rectangular. The parents sat on either ends, while Lucinda and I sat in the across from each other. The surface had soft linen fabric covering it, candles lit to brighten up the room, along with the candles on the walls. It was a spectacle. For a moment, as we waited for food to be served, silence filled the room, proving to be better company. Certainly better than having one say something embarrassing until Lucinda broke the ice. Tonight ended with sour taste, she said. What type of monster was capable of such? Perhaps whatever is killing people in the moors has made its way into the city, Isadora said. No, it is not. I overheard the policeman saying it was not the same method. The victims in the moors were mauled by an animal, or at least it appeared like, Lucinda said. This victim was completely drained of blood. I sat in silence, listening to their back and forth and coming up with theories. It was good that their imagination and way of thinking derived them much further from the actuality of the truth. A vampire had killed that woman. My only question is, was it meant as a message to me, or was it another trespasser? It made zero sense to make such a display to garner my attention and risk exposure, so it is safe to assume it is the latter. Food was served. Everyone began eating. I no longer was paying attention to their theories. I was lost in my own thoughts, trying to make sense of it all. Then I was snapped out of it by Lucinda. "What do you think, Monsieur de la Court?" she asked. I had no theories. I know little about this place, as I had recently arrived this evening, only to be plunged into chaos and mystery. I have no working theories, I'm afraid. I never was good at concluding or guessing, preferring to know facts instead, I said. They nod in approval. I attempt to change the subject by complimenting their home and the food, passing my compliments to the chef. Unknowingly beginning a history lesson about the Griegos, one of the oldest families in London. They thrived in refinery and petrochemical industry and so on. But now they were absent investors and looked to get into business with me, in hopes to gain more profit and become more wealthy. Money was not an issue with me. I inherited a significant amount of wealth from my maker, enough to last me forever. Adding to that sounded good to me. I would love getting into business with you, but only if you tell me how you knew of my arrival and of my wealth, I said. We were searching for anyone who would potentially be an investor. This year is the time where travelers come onto our shores. When we heard someone had bought the old estate and renamed it Le Château de la Court. We had to hope and pray it was the risk, Lucinda explained. I reached into her mind once more, and still, nothing, just a sharp migraine again. I did the same with Isadora and Jedediah. On this subject, nothing came up. Both speaking the same thing she spoke. Her explanation to me felt like not the full story. But I accept it and agree to invest in their business. It is sometimes best to keep friends close and enemies much closer. After dinner was done, I can sense dawn approach. To them, it was still night, but it was midnight, and I needed to get home. My carriage was outside waiting for me as I said to follow suit. I stand and was accompanied outside to my carriage. We made certain tomorrow night we meet again. The Griegos would draw up the paperwork and send it to Lestaan de La Court. I shall have my attorneys look at it. I bid them good night. I took the hand of Lucinda. I kissed the back of it, glove covered and all. She let a small smile, then did a curtsy once more. "My lord," she said. I climbed inside the carriage and made my way home. I return at Le Château de la Cour. It was empty. The servants had retired to their quarters, but I sensed something wrong. Not normal, not human. Vampires are able to enter as I own this estate and home. No living thing holds the deed except myself. As such, any vampire may enter if they so choose. I saw a letter waiting for me at the table with a sigil I do not recognize. Not from the Griegos, and the seal is ancient. Black wax. "You have been summoned," it read. No signature was signed to it, which was worse. Meanwhile, at the Griego mansion, Lucinda cannot stop thinking about me. Not in a romantic sense, at least. Not yet. She was obsessively curious. Something about me to her felt familiar, wrong, impossible. The feeling she gets whenever she was around me. How I had disappeared earlier. And what she sensed during the opera show, before the scream and the discovery of the corpse. And nothing sat well with her one bit.